Human Rights Watch is demanding that Iraqi authorities stop blocking peaceful demonstrations and arresting and intimidating organizers. After thousands of Iraqis took to the streets this summer to protest a chronic lack of government services, Iraqi authorities cracked down on demonstrations. The Prime Minister's office apparently issued a secret order instructing the Interior Minister to refuse permits for demonstrations about power shortages. In the past few months, the government has refused to authorize numerous requests for public demonstrations with no explanation. Authorities have also arrested and intimidated organizers and protesters, and policing actions have led to deaths and injuries. Human Rights Watch says the clampdown has created a climate of fear among organizers and demonstrators. In recent months, public frustration has mounted across Iraq at the government's inability to provide sufficient electricity and other basic services. With as little as a few hours of electricity a day in many areas, and with summer temperatures soaring to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, protests broke out across the country. Since then, Iraqi authorities have moved to prevent other demonstrations and to target organizers for arrest or harassment. The Interior Ministry issued new regulations with provisions that effectively impede Iraqis from organizing lawful protests and grant the government unfettered power to determine who may hold a demonstration. The regulations also explicitly permit Iraqi security forces to use unlimited force against protesters. At one protest over water shortages in August in the city of Chamchamal, security forces demanded footage from a cameraman that showed them firing over the heads of protesters. According to witnesses, security officials fired at the journalist after he refused and ran away. Human Rights Watch's Sarah Leah Whitson said, quote, "To take away the rights and freedoms Iraqis have been promised in exchange for all the suffering they have endured since the war is to add insult to injury."